glowing, and I'm pissing off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Yeah, you don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, everything ain't pretty, but it's love though. Oh, next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Spike Kool-Aid, the show that has no set time, man. But I promise you, we will. But you know what, man? It's going to be tough to do that because Sun is in virtual now. So we are, we got to deal with that. Shout out to everybody. What's up? Dern says, my man. What's up, ones? We got Kiara in the building. We got Josh. We got Braylon. Braylon says, I'm going to the Jags game this weekend. Slightly straight blowout. They got to bounce back from last week. Idea, we got a soundbite. We get a soundbite, my man, and you hit it every time you get a dono. That would be, I can actually set it up to do that, bro. That'd be crazy. Braylon says, Lions will destroy the Jags. Absolutely. All right, so we may or may not be on. As you can see, I made a video on Lions Syndicate yesterday that was recorded Wednesday night. I actually took yesterday off. When you in this content game, you got to keep the content coming if you want the success to keep rolling. So you got to do that. Yesterday, man, just took a day off. I didn't intend to, but I did. Sometimes you need to take a break. So tomorrow I'll probably do something similar. And start designing. I want to design a banner that's exclusive to this channel. I had a this thing right here. It's called a Stinger transition. I had designed one of those as well, but then it got erased. So I have to redo that. And this here is the Infinity Lions LED, man. I'm actually going to order one of these. You can get one on greengridiron.com. You can use my promo code. This is what it looks like in motion. Well, it doesn't turn, but if you're sitting there and then, like, let's say a friend walks past, that's the angle that they would get. So I'm kind of excited to get one of those. I have no idea where I'm going to put it, but I'm going to put it somewhere. So, and shout out to Brian. Want to give a shout out to Brian, man. Bought a Ridge wallet on Lion Syndicate. He was the first one to buy it. He told me, he said, Derek, when you get a partnership with them, I'll wait on that until to buy one. And he bought one, and I plan to get mine later this week as well. Shout out to It's Too Easy, Katie and Eric, man. Watched their video last night. I'm like, oh my God, I wish I could have been there. But shout out to those guys for representing and always going to the Lions games, man. Recharge the batteries, understandable. Lions will destroy the Texans. I'm a graphic artist. Really, really dripping. Really. Okay, when you say artist, what you mean, bruh? You mean like what kind of artists are we talking about? Because I need a lot. I need a lot. I might have to holler at you, man, on Twitter, because I need some stuff done. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to you, bro. Traditional and digital art. Really? Okay. All right, man. We might have to chop it up, bro, because I'm looking for a few things. I need a logo. I need my own logo, like for the Syndicate brand. I don't know if you do all that stuff, but hey, holla at me on Twitter, man. You got the info, or you can email me with the link in Syndicate Sports Brand. No, it's Sports Syndicate Brand at yahoo.com. You can email me there. Twitter is the best way to get a hold of me, though. In my DMs, they should be open. All right, so we got some news that we're going to dive deeper into, or we're going to make a video about over on Lion Syndicate later today. I wanted to do that, but I wanted to make sure I got this stuff out because the video I did 2 days ago, yesterday, when it was 2 days ago, I released it yesterday about how the Detroit Lions can clinch the playoffs. That wind up doing very well. And check this out. We are 10 subscribers away from 3,700. 3,700. I think what I'm going to do, y'all, is I'm going to start reaching out to other creators that talk other things in Detroit. Specifically not Detroit Lions. And I'm going to see if I can get them to join the team, right? So we can get you additional content. This channel is for live stream reactions and, back and forth. Lion Syndicate, when you run a channel like that, you got to kind of keep everything in a thing. I saw something today, okay? I don't understand this. I saw that there's a particular creator who does Lions content that is he gonna watch the Jake Paul fight on the Detroit Lions channel. I mean, what are we doing? What is happening, bro? I just don't understand that. I just don't understand that. Dripping, yes sir. I look forward to it. Hey, I've been hearing media that the Eagles are the best team in the NFC. What's your thoughts? Hey, TC, I've been hearing that too. We're gonna have to talk about that because it's making me mad, man. It's making me mad. Yes, the Eagles have won 6 in a row. So what? We've won 7 in a row. Stop playing. I was rooting for the Commanders yesterday, but they let a brother down. Superintendent in the bill says, no excuse not to win this game by 40. I'm with you. Mac Jones, McCorporal Jones is playing today or Sunday, and we should blow him out. We should blow him out. I don't know if Mac Jones has ever beat us because remember when we played the Patriots, it was Bailey Zappi that played in I think he was injured at the time. So I don't know if he's ever beat us. He will not beat us on Sunday. That's for sure. So we got some news that I heard right before we got on, and that is Carlton Davis III broke his thumb in practice. We talking about practice, but he does intend to play. I think it was a clean break. As a matter of fact, let me pull this up real quick. I think, hold on, let me pull this up because I bookmarked it. We're going to make a video about this later, but I wanted to kind of bring this in, man. I wanted to bring this in real quick so y'all can see it. All right, this is from Dave Briquette. I used to call him Dave Brickhead back in the day during the Matt Patricia days. Says Lions CB Carlton Davis said he broke his thumb in practice Thursday, which was yesterday, battling Amon-Ra St. Brown at the line of scrimmage. It's a clean break. He'll cast up and play through it. Said he doesn't think it'll affect him once much on the adrenaline once the adrenaline gets going. I say, oh my God. So that means who gonna come in? We talking about Vildor? We talking about Rakestraw? What we talking about here? But he does intend to play. It's gonna be this is good and bad at the same time. It's good that he can keep playing, but it's bad because unless he Odell Beckham in his prime, he's not gonna be able to intercept the ball, right? And then you got to think John Kaminsky played with a club on his hand. So clubs and defensive linemen are one thing. That's why Jason Pierre-Paul to me being part of this team is not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? The club, yeah, he lost 3 or 4 fingers. I think it's 3 fingers, but he can still get the job done. Carlton, when you're a cornerback, man, it's a lot more tougher. We also have Dan Campbell's press conference pulled up. I have not heard it. I did see snippets, via Twitter, of some things Dan Campbell said, and we're going to look into that. Also, what's going on with this Sky Blue revolution, bro? Is Sky Blue the new Twitter? I don't know what's going on, but I see everybody over the last 2 or 3 days been migrating over there. So I don't know. Are we starting a revolution? What are we doing over here? I don't know, but maybe I need to sign up as well. They practicing hard. He's completely bought in. Extend that man. Absolutely. Eagles not better than us. Stop it. Hey, shout out to Saquon Barkley and shout out to the New York Giants for being idiots. They were idiots, bro. Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley. You know what I like about this? I love that Saquon Barkley is putting some respect on running backs. Running backs are the most probably undervalued position in the National Football League. We see what Monty can do. And shout out to Dern. Dern had and Matt, as a matter of fact, we're going to make this a segment that's about a former player versus a new player, right? And how maybe it was something that brought us made us love this guy, but he really wasn't. The team had moved on from him. We'll talk about him later. Blue Sky, I said Sky Blue. I'm always doing that. Vildor is not started. Okay, so superintendent, who's starting? Who's going to start, bro? Vildor is literally like CB 3 or 4. So who's going to start? Ennis Registrar should step up. Folks are abandoning X and going to Threads and that platform. Well, let's just put it like this. I can see why. The only reason I'm on this platform is literally because the news breaks over here before it even is on TV, right? It's over there. But if Blue Sky can compete with the little butterfly, bro, I'm over. I like the fact that it's blue anyway. You know what I'm saying? X. Who does X, man? Bro, I love being the bad guy. That's right. Hey. What's up, Sean? Yeah, Dern, you do get a little some satisfaction out of it, man. You do get some satisfaction out of that. But we're going to bring, let's do this. So without further ado, let's bring this in, man. I haven't heard this. Let's bring in Dan Campbell's press conference. But just tell me this, y'all. Because I'm just not understanding. Okay, you have a Detroit Lions channel. And you doing the Tyson fight? What are we doing? Bruh, that junk is classic to me. Young punk. Man, oh man. Y'all, listen, you never know how dirty somebody is until you collaborate with them. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's get it done. Here's Dan Campbell, his press conference from earlier today.
What will fans see? What sort of player?
Look, I think that the guy there's things that he's going to be able to do in one-on-ones that I do believe are going to show up. But I think there's going to be a lot that maybe fans don't see that's going to play huge dividends for us. Even yesterday, the third downs and watching him work, he's a pro. The way he prepares, the way he works, that's evident. Being able to just watch him, put our eyes on him. But the way that he's able to work with Mac and Pascal and...
Okay, so he's talking about Zadarius Smith.
Just the different rush patterns, things of that nature, it's going to pay dividends for the whole group. And that's it. So would I love to see 6 sacks? Yeah, absolutely. But no, so don't come out of this game and be like, well, he didn't get 6 sacks. What are we doing? He's going to help us, and that's going to be evident. And, that was good to see him yesterday. He's going to help us big time.
You anticipate him being on kind of like a pitch count type of thing?
Yeah, we'll work him in. We'll make sure that we use him appropriately. And look, he's going to play on all downs, but we're going to maximize what he's got in the tank, to help us. So I guess if you pitch count, yes, somewhere in there, we'll get him some.
Talking to the coordinators yesterday, Ben was kind of describing your weekly situational meeting. It sounds like both coordinators are kind of in that. You go over, the different situations that are interesting that happen around the league each week. And I'm just curious, how that developed and why is it, the right decision, or why is it important to have, both kind of thought processes in the same room at the same time?
Well, number one, because those guys are going to be head coaches eventually, whether it's now, whether it's later, whatever the case is. So it's good for them to see it, and it's also good for them to see the other side of it, to be able to see it from a defensive perspective on managing a game, to see it from an offensive perspective, managing a game. And then you do that and you figure out what's right for you. They know what's right for us because it's the way I see it. Eventually, when it becomes their team, they may see it a little differently. There may be a more conservative approach. There may be a more aggressive approach. But you just want to know that you have all the facts and you know how to, that you're able to put those into your own way of seeing it, and to make the best decision possible. It's been good for us.
Were those situational meetings something you did with Sean, or is that a common thing you do at every, coaching staff?
Well, I'm sure most would probably do that. we did a number of things with Sean. Ours were more related with the team overall than it was the actual staff. So we all got it, you know. He would do that every Saturday morning, and we'll show things that pop up. You know, I don't do it every week, but I show things that are, I think, important for the team to know. And then certainly training camp, we go through those. You know, we'll show them offense, defense, just as we go against each other. But yeah, I think it's good for the staff to be involved. Scotty's in there too, you know, and it puts us all on the same page.
You get to interact with them, but what kind of professionalism and maturity has Allen Robinson kind of brought to the receiver room and then the offense as a whole?
Yeah, he's something else. He really is. I mentioned this a few weeks back, but I mean, he's got the hunger of a rookie. I mean, it's impressive for a guy that has played as much as he's played and had skins on this wall, and he's made a lot of money, had a ton of production, and I mean, he's ready to go. You know, he's ready to go at the drop of a hat. He can play any of the positions mentally. He knows them. You give him a rep, and he's all out. Take scout team reps. I mean, this guy's he's as pro as a pro gets. So have no problem with him going in the game at all. So he's ready, and, you know, something's going to come up here before this season's over, and it's going to be critical. It'll be a critical situation, critical play that he's going to help us win. It's going to happen.
Speaking of the coordinators and the fact that they might be head coaches, at some point I'm reminded of a video clip. I think it was 2005 when Belichick is hugging Romeo Crennel and Charlie Weiss, and part of the emotion of that hug is they know they're not going to be together again. Do you savor what's happening right now and the ascension with these two guys, because you know it might not be that much longer?
Yeah, man, I savor every bit of this, because you're not guaranteed. We're not guaranteed any more wins as far as that's concerned. You got to earn every one of them, and you don't know what's going to happen, you know, the next day or the next game in front of you. But I know this. This is a special team, and it's a special staff, and it's been that way since the beginning. It really has been, and so, yeah, I absolutely do. I'm fortunate. I'm blessed. I'm thankful that I have the coordinators, counting Phipp as well. All three of those guys are superstars, and yeah, I do. And I know, hey, when it's over, it's over. But we're going to make the most of it until that time comes.
Do you remember that image?
I do, actually. It's a great image, you know. And that was a special team. That really started it all, you know. That was a special group those guys had.
Somebody sent me a video of Joe Schmidt. He was talking about the 57 team. This was years later, like a reunion, and just talking about, he said, like, the love that the guys had for each other, the closeness that they had in that locker room. That's really what, like, drove them to that championship. The great teams you've been a part of with this team, how much is that a part of that? How much is that?
It's a huge part of it. It's a huge part of it, because it's, you know, there's so much that goes into it. There's an unselfishness and a selfish business. You know, it's hard. And I'm talking about not just players. I'm talking about coaches too. You know, that's the nature of this game, man. This is type A personalities, and very confident, and, you know, especially if you're competing at the highest level. But to be able to put your ego aside for the guy next to you, and you say you care about him, well, you care about him enough to do everything it takes to get on the field and do your job and produce. And it should break your heart when you don't finish for a player next to you. You don't finish a block, or you don't chase the ball down and it turned into something bigger than it needed to be, or you're not in the gap you're supposed to be in. And like those should drive you and motivate you not to let the guy next to you. And that's the common thread in all great teams, man. That's how they function. That's how they work. It's how they practice. And they hold each other accountable. Like, it's simple. The coaches don't say anything. Like, they're on each other's ass in a good way. And that's what we've got right now. We have that type of team, that type of players. All right.
All right, the date is fixed. Appreciate that. I appreciate you. Y'all be on it, bro. Y'all be on it, nitpickers. Nitpickers, man. I appreciate that. Watch yourself. Try to say nitpickers a wee bit too fast, get tongue twisted, then you all jacked up. You know what's awesome, man? Let me show y'all something. Let me see. It is super cool when you see your own thumbnail, like in a group of thumbnails, bruh. Bam! Right there. That's your boy. That's your boy right there. Let me see. Where we at here? What's up, Gibbs? What's going on? What's going on? This AP, bro, changed my AP. Oh, applying pressure. Really? What in the world? Okay. I hope you had, I hope you, you know what? Great one. That's a good idea. I got some ideas, but maybe I can work with my mans and we can design some stuff, man, because I do need my own shop. I really do. But no, I appreciate the date, man. Usually the first thing I do before I record a video is check the date. Check the date. Then I check my spelling. Sometimes I mess up. Sometimes I don't, right? I dare not try. Let me see where we at. It's my birthday. Just sorry. No, it's all good, bro. It's all good, man. I do appreciate that. Gotta love your coach, Dan Campbell. Yeah, listen. So we talked about this the other day. I don't think either coordinator leaves. I think they both stay. Super Bowl or not, I think they both stay. We talked about it, and I think they both stay. The grass is not always greener. You know what I'm saying? And I talked about this in real time or on my video, and I don't think they go. I think they both stay, man. I think Ben Johnson, especially, if Aaron Glenn wants to try to go, Aaron Rodgers has already said he's playing another season. Now, I do think he retires after next year, but he's under contract for next year. The Jets traded for Devontae Adams. He might as well stay. I don't see – there's no way, okay? I'm going to keep it $150. I'm not trying to say nothing about Aaron Rodgers. As a matter of fact, let's make this segment. So Dan Campbell went in front of the media today, and he was asked about his coordinators, including Dave Phipp, the special team coordinator, about the possibility of those two gentlemen leaving, Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. And we've talked about it on Lion Syndicate in depth about where he could go, either one of the guys. Ben Johnson wants to go to a place where he can choose his quarterback. Now, there's been reports that he could have gone to the Bears, but the Bears are married to Caleb Williams. That's the way it's going to be. So if Ben Johnson was going to take Caleb, he could possibly go there. It would suck to see him in the North, but it is what it is, right? But then you have Aaron Glenn, and I just don't know if Aaron Glenn decides to go anywhere. He got a primo situation. The defense is just coming together. He just now is really getting his pieces. We traded for Zadarius Smith. He lost Hutch. Zadarius is under contract for next year. You got to decide whether or not you're bringing back Levi or you're going outside of the organization. But one thing about the Jets that I don't see him going over there. I just don't. Aaron Rodgers is a Jet. He already came out Tuesday and said that he did not want to retire. He's going to finish his contract, which means that he's going to be under contract for next year. He's going to play the 2025 season with the Jets. Now, I'm going to keep it $100. There's no way, in my opinion, unless Aaron Glenn is asking for trouble, that he goes over there. Here's what I mean. I don't think Aaron Rodgers acts the same. And I'm not trying to make Aaron Rodgers to be any type of way, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, all right? Has Aaron Rodgers played for an African-American head coach in his career in the NFL? I don't think he has. I believe he played for Mike McCarthy, Matt LaFleur, other guys, maybe interns. I don't think he's played for an African-American coach. And as an African-American man, we not dealing with him. That's it. You put your hands on me, you going to the bench. But you not going to put your hands on me. I'm going to make that extraordinarily clear. Because if I'm Aaron Glenn, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it in public. I'm going to do it in private. I'm going to call a team meeting, and I'm going to tell you, none of y'all put your hands on anybody, let alone a head coach or anyone on this coaching staff. If you do, you will be cut immediately. Don't you put your hands on me. That's all I'm saying. Whether it's a bump, unless we bro hugging, you won't put your hands on me or nobody else in this organization. Do you understand? Can you do that? Yes or no? See, Aaron Rodgers ain't used to that. He not used to being pushed. He used to doing the pushing. And I assure you, he not pushing Aaron Glenn, literally or figuratively. So for me, I don't think we lose either one. Now, it might be some other guys that open up some head coaching jobs with some appeal. Then you look at the New Orleans Saints. They are under the cap finally, but just a few years ago, this team was $100 million it was something ridiculous, right? They need to go to a place. They're learning that, especially as a African-American coach, right? You don't get many chances. You really don't, right? So then you look at coaching, period. How many times have a coach had a head coaching job, got fired, and got another head coaching job? I believe Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn was one of those guys. Cliff Kingsbury took a year off of coaching. The Arizona Cardinals did him that bad. But it takes usually unless your name is Bill Belichick, right? Which he didn't even get a job. He didn't get a job the next year. It's very difficult, very difficult. And this ain't about the money for these organizations. You can fire a coach and think nothing about it. You pay them, it is what it is. They got endless pits of money. So the thing is, if I'm Aaron Glenn, okay, let me make the prime example. Me and my wife are now talking about maybe moving. Her parents are getting elderly. They're already elderly, but we're talking about moving. Got a primo situation where we're at. If we go to another situation and we are now in that situation, we leave our old situation, which is primo, then let's say situation happens at the new spot. Now we got to find somewhere else to go, right? So for me, if I'm Aaron Glenn and and Ben Johnson, I ain't really trying to leave like that. The situation for me, yes, it's only 32 jobs in the National Football League, but you only get one shot 9 times out of 10. It's very few of them that usually they're coordinator, head coach, fired, maybe a coordinator again. Very few of them get a second opportunity to be a head coach, right? So if I'm Aaron Glenn, I'm waiting on the primo position to go in. If you want a solid defense, but you can work on the offense, then that's his thing. If Ben Johnson wants to choose his quarterback, then that's his thing, right? Ben Johnson, there's no doubt in my mind that he's not going to go to a place that is absolutely perfect. He's turned down Carolina Panthers, probably because the owner is the one that took Bryce Young, right? Look what happened to Frank Reich. He got fired the same year he drafted Bryce Young. Then you're talking about Chicago. You stuck to Caleb now. So if I'm Ben Johnson, I'm going to the perfect situation. I'm not going to Dallas because Jerry Jones got a kick. I'm not going anywhere where the general manager is the owner. I'm not going anywhere where the owner has all the power in the world. Sheila Hemp has got out of the way, which has made the job easier for me to do, right? Jerry Jones is the general manager. Mike McCarthy he's a lame duck coach. That means he's going to be fired at the end of the year. He's a dead man walking. No hope for Mike McCarthy. His contract is over. So he's not going to be fired. He's not going to be rehired. He's done. I'm not going anywhere where the owner has more control or is the general manager. Owner's job is to pay people and get out the way. Make sure that they have the right tools in place. Jerry Jones, that's why the Dallas Cowboys stink. He's in the way, right? So I don't think these guys go anywhere. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. No, bro, Aaron is going straight to the floor. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not trying to make this a black or white thing, but some culture things are true, right? That we had the conversation on Lion Syndicate about bonnets. Now, I despise a bonnet outside of the house. I hate them. I don't know where they came from. I don't know why they're a thing, but I guess they're supposed to keep the hair in place while, they sleep. But that's cool. But I'm so turned off from a bonnet because I see them outside of the house. And a lot of times I see them on dusty individuals. It irritates me. So now I hate it. My wife wears a bonnet. I'm just like, ugh, right? So I just despise the whole bonnet thing. So now it's like when it comes to certain things you ain't going to do, you ain't going to put your hands on me. That's facts. So Aaron, there's no way he goes to the Jets. And if he does, he is looking at Aaron Rodgers as a project. And I'm going to set him aside. I'm going to pull Aaron Rodgers aside. I'm going to say, look, bro, you get one chance to put your hands on me. And if you do, that's the last thing you're going to do for this team. Okay? And that extends to my fellow coaches as well. Same thing with Max Crosby. I'm going to keep it $150. Max Crosby too, right? Unless y'all come to me and you say, look, this how we play, okay? We like the rough house. I'm okay with that. If you came up to me and if I'm Aaron Glenn, right? You come up to me and you say, Coach, we got a predisposition. Me and Max Crosby, we like to play around. Sometimes I push him. Sometimes, y'all remember the Titans? Weak side, strong side. No, left side, strong side. We pushing each other, right? If it's that type of stuff, I'm cool, right? But you need to let me know that before I take over. Because if I see you putting your hands on the coach, you're gone. That's period. I'm going to tell the owners that when they interview me, right? Maybe that's why. I don't know, man. That's what I'm going to say, listen, we got a rule. Don't put your hands on players and coaches, period, right? So how we feel about that? Well, I don't know, Derek. Okay, all right, I'm not the right coach for you, right? Because listen, you think somebody going to push Dan Campbell? It ain't happening. But they not going to push Dan Campbell because they're afraid of him. They respect that man. You know what I'm saying? You put your hands on me in that manner, you telling me you don't respect me. Get up out of here, bro. Get up out of here, man. I wish you would put your hands on me. That's all I'm saying. So I think Aaron Glenn does not go to the New York Jets. That's where I'm at. Tell that to James Houston. What happened to James Houston? Deion ain't going to Dallas? Okay, so I'll tell you like this. I've been hearing that a lot. Deion Sanders, to me, is the new Manning, where, remember, Arch Manning was like, yo, you ain't playing for the San Diego Chargers at the time. And they took Phillip Rivers instead. I think Deion's going to be like that. Deion should go to Dallas. Deion Sanders should go to Dallas. Deion is Dallas. Like, there's no other perfect spot for him to go except Dallas, right? I was watching the show yesterday, and they were like, Deion Sanders might be the only person Jerry Jones listens to, right? So I would love to see Deion. Could you imagine the circus that would be Dallas, bro? If Deion, and I think Deion's great, but you talking about perfect fit, the Dallas Cowboys would be a perfect fit. Oh, yes, Deebo Samuel. And you know what? As a man myself and as a man of color, right, I didn't like that. I didn't like Deebo Samuels. He chose two Caucasian individuals to put your hands on, and you grabbed me by the neck, bro. I don't care if you were saying lock in. You can smack me on the head, but you ain't about to grab me by the neck. Don't put your hands. That right there, see, there's a reason he didn't do that to me, that was to a brother. I'm just saying, because we have a reaction. We react. And I'm not trying to we react. You put your hands around my throat, that is instant retaliation. There's nothing to that. There's nothing to that. So I wish you would put your hands around my neck. That's you trying to kill me, and I don't appreciate that. So then, some stuff happened after that. That's all I'm saying. The only way Deion goes there is if they draft Shedeur. Dern, that's my point. That's my point. That's exactly, Deion wants to go wherever his son is. He wants to coach his son. I love that. You know what I'm saying? That's like, well, I'm not made to be a teacher, but that's like me teaching my kid. I am not a teacher, bro. There's a reason I didn't choose to go in that profession, but I like that. He's trying to make sure his sons, but is he going to do the same thing for Shiloh? Or he going to try and get Shiloh there? Could you imagine, man? Because I don't even know if Shiloh coming out this year, but could you imagine they both come to Dallas? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I say if Deion doesn't go to Dallas, Raiders could be a good spot if Pierce doesn't work out. See, that's the thing. You know what? So when it comes to Deion Sanders, you can't believe nothing you hear. I believe Deion is like, yo, he said that he didn't want to, he didn't want to coach in the NFL because he can't deal with grown men not doing their jobs, right? Football players, you getting paid the way you getting paid and you not doing your job. However, I do see him eventually coming to the NFL. Somebody is going to throw a boatload of money. I guarantee you, Deion Sanders might be one of the highest paid coaches in the history of the NFL. To lure him out of the college realm, I think he eventually will come. But wherever he go, it's going to be a media circus, man. That's for sure. Because Dallas paid Zach. Shiloh comes out. He's 24. Oh, he has to come out. Well, there you go. What's up, Nate? Where you go? I didn't even know that, bro. So that means that no doubt they're going to try to get him on the team as well. So that should be curious, man. So they both come out this year. It's going to be an interesting draft. Lions ain't taking either one of them. All right. They're not taking either one of the Sanders children. I'm just going to keep it a buck. All right. All right. So I'm just saying, everybody in chat, and this ain't even a color thing, man. The men in the chat, we don't put your hands on another man. You don't put your hands, period. You know what I'm saying? We know that. The ladies off limits, children off limits, we got that. But another dude, bruh, if you put your hands on me, you disrespecting me, and that's a problem, right? That's a problem. We can talk, we can yell, we can scream. There's certain things you can't say, and there's certain things you can't do. And one of them things is put your hands on me, bro. That's it. Everything is fair game until you put your hands on me. So Debo. And I love how Debo kept walking away. I love that. I'm telling you, bro. He pushed him and kept walking away. Stop, bro. Square up. That's what I'm saying. Bruh, you get hit for a living, but you gonna walk away from a long snapper? Come on, bruh. It's crazy. Keeps your hands to yourself, period. That's 100%. First Take was talking crazy. The only thing putting respect on us is Stephen A. Smith. He said we better than the Eagles. We are better than the Eagles. We are better. We're literally better than the Eagles. We have a 7-game win streak. They have a 6-game win streak. I love how now all of a sudden everybody's in love with the Eagles. Shout out to Saquon Barkley, man, getting out of a situation to go to a better one. But come on, man, put some respect on our name, bro. Put some respect on our name. All right, so let's go here. We're just gonna do half this segment because I'll save the other half for Lions Syndicate for later today. Eagles have played bad teams. Derek, did you see where Gibbs said? Yes. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. What's up, Dirty? What's going on? If they drafted Shador, I think Travis comes with them. I forgot all about him. Do I watch the facility with Ocho? James said the long snapper, not a real player or important, so Debo is able to do that. Okay. I've talked about this before. I don't know Ocho, obviously, but I heard some things throughout the YouTube space about him, from Marcellus Wiley to all them other stuff. I have as a person, I can't respect Ocho. First of all, I hate the way he talks. His mouth is big. I literally hate the way he talks. Secondly, he thinks he's more important than he is, right? He seems underhanded to me. He seems like he wanted exactly what he got, which is to headline a show. So no, I've seen the clip. I don't, and plus, Shady is super biased, but I applaud Shady he started on I Am Athlete and kind of worked his way to his own podcast, and now is on FS1 or whatever it is. So no, I absolutely hate that show. So, but I have seen clips of it. We probably have to play the Eagles in the playoffs. I thought about that yesterday, but they're going to have to come here. So Lions going to keep the foot on the neck of the first seed. Speaking of first seed, let's get this going, man. Let me pull this up here. All right. So the Lions play the Jacksonville Jaguars in a game that, nobody saw this coming at the beginning of the year. This team is 2-8. They are terrible. Just a few years removed of, last year even, right? But a few years removed of that comeback in their playoff game against the Chargers. I think they wind up facing the Chiefs the next year, right? Or the next round. They're terrible. I'm surprised they did not sell at the trade deadline. I'm just baffled by that whole thing. We were talking about Trayvon Walker or Arden Key. Arden Key is what he used to play for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But even Josh Hines-Allen, right? They're abysmal. And they're going to be like that for probably quite some time. I cannot believe we're talking about a team that a few years ago in 2021 and 22 had the first picks in the NFL. They took Trevor Lawrence and Trayvon Walker. Then they took Travis Etienne later in one of those drafts. They're terrible. And the Detroit Lions should absolutely spank them. There is no trap games. I'm done with trap games. I know the Lions are not going to, not take them seriously, but we are the far superior team, and we should play like it. This should be Tennessee Titans 2.0. This should be Carolina Panthers from last season. We came out, we did exactly what we were supposed to do, and we're going to do that again. So with that being said, let's look at the matchup predictor. Look at this, man. This might be the biggest margin. I think this is bigger than Tennessee. 14.3% to 85.6% for the Detroit Lions. Trevor Lawrence is out. That's what the 0 means, or the O means right there. That's kind of cool. But he is the team leader with, 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 168 for 274. 2,200 yards. Jared Goff, 9 interceptions. That breaks my heart. It was just 4 a week ago. He would have had 4 interceptions and 16 touchdowns, but now he throws 1 interception for every 2 touchdowns, which I know those numbers are, it breaks my heart. 173 for 241, 280 yards. We're going to get the injury report a little later when this becomes official, but Tank Bigsby Knight has essentially replaced Travis Etienne, you was talking about him being traded, during the trade deadline. 95 carries, 519 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs, 122 carries, 727 yards. Wow, so he is the Detroit Lions' leading rusher. I don't think we ever expected that, really. You know what I mean? We thought David was going to be the leading rusher, but shout out to Jahmyr, 7 touchdowns. Who is this? Brian Thomas, 37 receptions, 607 yards, 5 TDs. Amon-Ra St. Brown said, hold my beer, Jamison Williams. I'm the number 1 receiver on the Detroit Lions, 54 receptions, 524 yards, 7 touchdowns. Jamison Williams was suspended 2 games, so that didn't help that, or that didn't hurt either. So, questionable. All these guys for the Jacksonville Jaguars are probably going to play. That's what that means. Detroit Lions, we'll find out today. I don't know if Sam Laporte is going to play. He was not spotted at practice today. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I say rest him. You could rest him all the next 3 weeks for all I'm concerned. Give him the rest of November off. I don't care. We can use Brock Wright. Shout out to Zach Ertz yesterday, too. I got to get back on camera. Zach Ertz, bro. He played for the Detroit Lions last year, been balling out for the Commanders. Shout out to Zach Ertz. Going down, the Lions have won 7 in a row, winning their last 5. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 1-4, literally losing to every good team and beating a bad team at the time. But this team now might be just as good as them. Detroit Lions, 5 wins in a row for a total of 7. I don't think we've ever seen this whole thing green. I don't think we've ever seen it. So there is the stats in that regard. So who do I think wins this game? It goes without saying, man, this is not a competition. This is a peewee team at this point, and that's not even me being haughty. That's just me stating the facts. We should have blown out the Carolina Panthers last year. We did. It was a lot. It wasn't as close as the score made it seem. You get garbage points at the end of the game. We should have blown out the Tennessee Titans. Even though they had a bunch of yards, we blew them out. That's the same thing that's going to happen here. Mac Jones is playing this. He is terrible. If Mac Jones beats us, imagine. It ain't happening. He's bad. His team is bad. Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions and we still won. If we beat a good team, there's no way. There's 0 chance, and we're back at home. I'm giving this a 0.0% chance that the Jacksonville Jaguars beat us. If a good team can't beat the Detroit Lions with Jared Goff's worst professional performance, there's no way a bad team will overcome anything less. Jared would have to throw 3 or 10 interceptions for that to happen. It would have to be a turnover every single drive, and the offense would not be on the field. So the Detroit Lions will absolutely destroy the Jacksonville Jaguars, as they should. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Listen, it's not cockiness, it's confidence. Again, I'm done cowering over, it's a trap game. Nope, it's not. Our team is prepared. Our team is better. Our team is not overlooking this team, even though they could. They're not going to do that. But we, the fan, we're doing it. This is not a trap game. Nope, it ain't happening. The Lions will wipe the floor with the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. Same way Tennessee was. I was at that game. It was ridiculous. Started off a little sluggish, but it was ridiculous. So we win in that game, hands down. All right, what y'all saying? You should check out I Am Athlete, Crazy How Far It's Fallen once. Okay, so real quick. No, James, unfortunately, the funds was not there. They were not there for me to go, but yeah, I wanted to see Zadarius come out the tunnel, but that's all right, man. We want to come up real soon, bro. I'm just waiting for my moment. It's coming real soon. As far as I Am Athlete is concerned, I Am Athlete. So real quick, I remember when that show first started, it was Reggie Wayne, Brandon Marshall, Fred, and Channing. I remember when it started. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching. I'm like, dang, bro, I was hooked. I was immediately hooked. I think Pat McAfee was before them, but I love the fact that I love the show. I love the dynamic. The chemistry was great, all of that stuff. I watched it fall, and I'm going to keep it 100, right? This, how I Am Athlete is, and you saw the fall of it. You saw the fall, okay? Pivot Podcast, they left. They took the high road for a very long time, and then they let everything out. That same thing happens on YouTube as well. The same thing, bro. You got dirty people, conniving people, backstabbing people. Brandon Marshall, it's funny because I watched how that show fell off a cliff. They've been struggling, right? And I think Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend is actually a host on I Am Athlete. Brandon got a little full of himself, and it showed. And now Brandon Marshall barely can do anything, and Pivot Podcast interviewing former presidents. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what your boy's doing too. Not on that level, but I'm telling you, man, I am the Pivot Podcast of this Detroit Lions space because, you know, we got plenty I Am Athletes out there. But shout out to them, man. What's up, Schiff? What's going on, man? Does higher ticket prices help with our cap? No, it does not. That just goes into the team's pocket. They're building Philadelphia up as this big threat. Hilarious. Hey, it don't need to be studied. Listen, he didn't fall off. He was never on. But I don't want to go down that road because I ain't trying to, you know, he was never on. But just pay attention. But as far as I Am Athlete, I'm sorry that he got full of himself. That's usually what happens. And it's always somebody who's waiting to stab you in the back, right? If you're a YouTuber and you are thinking of collaborating, expect that collaboration to fail because it is always somebody that wants to stab you in the back. Just be ready for that. Philly ain't worth it. Yeah, I agree. 100%. Zadarius, 3 sacks, Brian Branch, 2 interceptions. Well, listen, Zadarius, I'm just going to be happy to see him out there. I want to see him out there. I want to see him doing his thing. It's going to be great to actually get an actual photo of him in 99, the Honolulu Blue, man, or whatever outfit they decide to wear. I cannot wait to see that entire thing. That's why I wanted to be there, right? Because I wanted to see him because it should be the defense's turn because when the Tennessee Titans, our last home game, when we were there, the offense came out. So what the Lions do is they flip-flop. So with it'll be 4 games with the offense, 4 games with the defense. For the Rams game, man, they did the defense. And when Aiden is the last person to come out. So it was Aiden on defense, and it's Jared Goff on offense. Man, Jared Goff, okay. That Jared Goff's reception is like a 8.5, a 10. Playoffs against Stafford, it was like a 20. But when Hutch came out, bruh, man, that crowd went insane. It went insane, man. So I was hoping to see that. Who does the Jags have at QB? I don't know. Who's the 3rd string for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Okay, so this channel is supposed to be about live stream interaction. It's supposed to be about more than the Lions as well. The issue is I got a Pistons guy. He's going to be starting soon. But outside of that, everybody wants to talk about the Lions, right? So I can't find a Tigers guy or Red Wings guy. This is my response to Woodward Sports. It's just very difficult because they have a rich person backing them. I don't. So I can't really pay these people like that. So they kind of intern over here until I can pay them. And it's just tough. So, yes, if you want to call it my second channel, but this is supposed to be about more than just the Detroit Lions. It's going to be, that's going to be C.J. Gardner-Johnson, bruh. He getting on my nerve. The mascot, C.J. Beathard. Ew, yikes. That is a yikeser, bruh. All right, hold on. So, let me get rid of that, and we're going to go here as well. So, I had another video I wanted to talk about. How long we been on? Dang, we've been on for 48 minutes. That's crazy. Okay. So I want to do this. We got 2 more segments. Yeah, 2 more. All right. 2 years ago, it seems like it was yesterday, but we're talking about the offseason of 2023. The Detroit Lions were coming off the offseason of 2023. So they're coming off the 9-8, almost made the playoffs, and the team had some decisions to make. One of the decisions was what we would do with DJ Chark, where we decided not to bring him back. And that wound up being a good thing. I know a lot of Lions fans wanted the guy back, but I don't think he's played a snap for the Chargers. It's insane. He has no stats this year. There was another guy, too, a guy that I think we wanted back even more. And the Detroit Lions decided to go in a different direction. Shout out to Dern because he brought this up today, and I thought it would make a great, talking point. And I'm talking about Jamal Williams, how Jamal Williams was a product of the Detroit Lions team, mainly the offensive line. He holds the record for Detroit Lions touchdowns, right? Beating out Barry Sanders. Now they got him different ways, but I guess a touchdown is a touchdown. But the fact that his fall off has been so hard. Jamal Williams was the perfect guy for the perfect time. I was a guy who wanted him back. That wasn't until we signed David Montgomery. And if he would have stayed, I wouldn't have mind, because at this time, we hadn't yet drafted Jahmyr Gibbs. We still had DeAndre Swift. But the running back room, DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, is so much different with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. It's like night and day. It's like potato, tomato. Like, there is no comparison to me. But the fall off has been so hard. It's been so hard. David Montgomery. Before we go, let's look at, and I want to give, Jamal was a guy that was needed at the time. The energy, the positivity, everybody remembers the hard knocks. We needed him for what we was going through. And it's a shame things didn't work out, but look where it led. It led to a guy who, in my opinion, is better at running the football, just a better overall runner. If Jamal Williams was like, go straight, try to run somebody over, David Montgomery can run you over, and he can do much more than that. But the fall off is so unbearable. This is tough, bro. This is tough. Since he left the Detroit Lions, he's got 32 carries. He got 32 carries. Now, he's still smiling good for Jamal. 32 carries. He has 124 yards. Now, they've got Alvin Kamara, who carries the load, but still, 32 touches. 32 touches, right? So let's look at what he did last year since he left the Detroit Lions. We got to look at his stats, though. Go there. Left the Detroit Lions and had the worst year of his career. The worst year. He did not get a touchdown until literally the last game of the season, and they actually disobeyed, the Saints that is, they disobeyed the coach. That was not supposed to be the play call, but I think Jameis Winston was in, and they disobeyed the coach. They wanted Jamal, who had no touchdowns, coming off of a record with the Detroit Lions the previous year, to get in the end zone. And that's what happened. What the fall off, man. This year, 8 games. He actually was hurt, went on IR, missed a bunch of games, 32 carries, blah, 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 right? What a fall off. Let's look at this guy, though. This guy here. Look at this. And this is year 2, 100. And this is with Jahmyr Gibbs, 122 carries, 520 yards, 8 touchdowns. Okay, what was Jamal's average? Jamal is averaging 3.9. I guess that's not too shabby, but you only have 32 carries. Monty, on the other hand, has literally 4 times that and is averaging 0.4 yards more. What about last year with the Detroit Lions? We talked about you are what your environment is. He was able to do this with a horrible offensive line in Chicago. Still managed to get no less than 800 yards behind that horrible offensive line. We're halfway done with the season. This is why I think that David Montgomery, we see a lot of Jahmyr Gibbs as well. Look at this. David Montgomery missed the 2 games or 3 games last year. Remember, he had the rib issue. He's right now on pace to at least match his carries, match his yards, probably have a bigger average, and break his touchdowns. Okay? So Jamal Williams wasn't the hero we needed at the time. He was the one not the one we deserved, but we needed, right? The rebuilding stage is coming off Matt Patricia. Jamal Williams came here when Matt Patricia left. Like, he came here with the new regime. He did what we needed him to do. And it was time to move on. It really was, man. What a difference the two. There's no comparison between the 2 running backs. It's insane. I don't think there's a comparison between Gibbs and Swift either. You notice how we used to question DeAndre's toughness in Detroit. And, I mean, it's good to see him over there in Chicago getting kind of a second win. But it's time. It was time for us to move on from both of them guys. So I love our new running back duo more than I ever loved the previous duo. And that's no shade on Jamal. And you notice too, and I'll say this too about Jamal. The team dynamic changed. David Montgomery is about business. He's about business. Very few words, business. If he's injured, he takes it personal. Jamal, I'm not saying he's not about business, but he was what we needed then. We got what we need now. So let me know your thoughts. All right, let me see. Where we at? Glad Trevor isn't playing. Bro, stop it. Are you serious? Are you serious? Trevor, the last time Trevor Lawrence played us, we spanked them. We blew them out last time. You can't be serious. Do you watch the game of football? Come on, man. This can't be real. This can't be real. What's up, D-Mac? D-Mont's best years will be in Detroit. That's true. I'm hyped, but can only listen to the game because I'm not going to be in the area. I was looking forward to the Lions dub before my birthday. Okay, so, Sean, do you listen on the radio? If so, like, what station is it? Because I was trying to bring in the radio audio for my last live stream, but I could not find it. So if you know where that is, please let me know. What's up, Crybaby? Glad we have Monty. Bears will forever be trash. That's true. Do you think Philly will be a challenge for us? Okay, so I'm going to be honest. Philly's going to have to play us in Ford Field. That's just Lions. It would have been great to have Philly lose because that would have helped us a lot because now Philly is. So here's what happens. Let's just be hypothetical for the sake of this conversation. If the Jacksonville Jaguars beat us, okay, we will have a half game lead. We'll drop down to 8-2. We'll have a half game lead on the Philadelphia Eagles for the number 1 seed. But that ain't going to happen. But Philly is going to have to come to Detroit. I don't think any team's going to beat us in Detroit. Bro, if y'all were there for the playoffs, and granted, now this was year 1, and everybody was hype. It's going to be louder than that. Because now we got real Super Bowl aspirations. Last year was like, oh my God, we're ahead of schedule. We're doing this stuff. Matthew Stafford coming in. Oh, all this. Now the team is expecting to win. So I don't think any team can beat us at Ford Field. Mostly I just listen from the NFL app. Yes. Okay. Okay, cool. You know what, bro? So check this out, Sean. So I noticed I tried to bring that in. And I guess since I'm in the area, they don't give me the radio. They gave me the actual game. I actually could watch the game on Fox or CBS or whatever it was on. I was hoping I was able to get Dan Miller, but I'm guessing if you're out of the area, you get Dan Miller and then as the home and then the away broadcast. The reason I know is because I clicked on another game and it gave me an option of picking home or away. And I didn't get that with Detroit. Philly get locked up. Eagles will fall. With our fan base, we have no chance. Injury report is out. Okay. Injury report is out. Okay. All right. I don't want to see it. Y'all. I want to be surprised when I make my video, but okay, let me see. I'll bring it in because I got to make a video right after this. Thank you, B. Appreciate you. Know I can count on you. All right. Let's do it, and then we'll wrap up. All right. Here's the Lions injury report for what I told you, bro. I knew Sam Laporta wasn't playing. Broderick Martin is out. Ife Melifonwu out. Emmanuel Mosley out. Ben Neiman questionable. Okay. All right. So that means Carlton Davis is going to play. Now, let's just look at this for a minute. I'm glad he's out. He don't need to play. We'll be fine. Broderick, he is approaching the end of his 21-day window. He's got about a week, and then the Lions got to make a decision. If he has another 13 days, Emmanuel has another 13 days as well. All right. So we should hopefully see questionable next week. And I don't expect these guys to play until December. That first game in December, we play the Chicago Bears on Thanksgiving. And then somebody said we play the following Thursday. So we don't get a 10-day break. Yes, Malcolm Rodriguez is back this week. That is true. We don't get a 10-day break. Is that true? So we play on Thanksgiving and then we play Thursday night. I would love to go to that game. I'm going to try to go see how the finances are. Yeah, Dan Campbell was made for Detroit, 100%. So with that being said, man, I got to make a video on my other channel. Appreciate you guys. I thought we do get a 19-day. All right, let me see. So we do get 10. Somebody said that's what I be saying, bro. Y'all be lying. Y'all be lying to me. Y'all be lying to me. Okay, we play the Bears on the 26th. No, that's not true. Yep, we play Thursday night. So we only get a week off. We don't play. So, oh my God. So that means we play 3 games in 17 days. Is that right? Yeah. We play 3 games in 18 days. 4 games in 18 days. We play the Jaguars on the 17th. A week later, we play the Colts. That's 7. 4 days later, we play the Bears. That's 11. And then 7 days. So in 8, wow, we play 4 games in 18 days. And then after that, we get 10 days off. Wow. That is tough, bro. Yeah. Yep. So we play the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. Next Sunday, the Colts. Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, the Bears. A week later, we play the Packers on Amazon. That's in Ford Field. 10 days after that, we play the Bills. Then after that, it's just regular. That's crazy. That's crazy. So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me with the show. Thank you for supporting the channel, all that stuff, man. I do appreciate it. Let me find where this is at. It's right here. And I will see you guys on Monday where we'll be talking about a 9-1 Detroit Lions football team. Let's all root for the Buffalo Bills to beat the Kansas City Chiefs so they can stop making them the #1 team in the NFL. It's super irritating. I'll see y'all on Monday. Go Lions. And yeah, 9-1, baby.
This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, Don't mistake the new me for the old me. They can't stop me now, I'm with the home team. No beginner, I'm a winner. Took a couple losses, now I'm cooking, let me simmer. Yeah, tunnel vision, all I see is win, 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 win. This my city section where you been. We move faster alone, but go further together. We can weather any weather forever. A dream team, I done seen things. Confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team, I here celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like, you probably thought you knew. A new day is approaching, turn the gray skies into blue. I grew up on these same blocks, school of hard knocks. Had to get it on a hard top, took the hard shots, but we made it. Anticipated, highly decorated. The home team is winning, celebrated. The victory is all mine, and everything is alright. And you know I done seen things, confidence is on 100,000. I got family for miles, running up the mileage. Made it through some trials and some tribulations. Now me and the team, I had celebrating, yeah. This is where we come from, yeah, we did it. City on my back, I'm committed. This is where we come from, yeah, we made it. Now the whole team celebrating. We like,